Good morning, everyone. Today is February 12th, and this video is for our LJ Realty team. I really want to make this video for all the agents to actually follow up on their leads. Where you might have leads sitting in your database for last 6 months, a year, or more. Believe it or not, some of them already purchased the houses that you don't even know about, right? So we have to bring value to those first-time home buyers. We have to follow up on it, right? And the icebreakers are two things. One is that the rates are coming down. If you have a client in your database that was, a year ago, the rates were above 7%. And right now they're hovering around 6.1, or we're locking in 5.99 as well, right? So the icebreaker should be that, hey, the interest rates are coming down. If you keep waiting more time, you're going to have more competition and you're going to end up paying a little bit higher price, right? So as agent, we have to mention that. And second is the inventory is increasing, right? But if you're not using matrix, if you're not adding alerts for your clients, what value are you bringing, right? We are not there just to collect the check. We have to show value. We have to, send them properties on a regular basis. We have to follow up on it. Even if they're not checking their email or text messages, you are the one who have to say, hey, Mr. Singh, Mr. Khan, we have this new property available, 123 Main Street. I would love to show you, right? If they don't like it, they don't like it. But at least you are connecting with them, right? They're thinking that, hey, this person, this agent is actually showing me properties. So, I want to go over a few things that yesterday we received a job report, right? And the jobs data show that there were 130,000 jobs were increased, right? So the job market is healthy, right? And the unemployment rate is on the lower end, 4.3. So what does that mean to the realtor, right? If the economy is strong, there's a less chance of, rate cuts. So the Fed is not going to do any rate cuts anytime soon just because they have two things: inflation, which is at 2.7, and unemployment at 4.3. There's no reason for them to cut rates right now, right? They might do it down the line. They're projecting two of them in the whole year. So you don't want your clients to wait the whole year for this, right? So by then they could have built some equity and refinance down the line. So you would have to have a conversation with them. If you buy today at the right price, you're going to be building equity over the years, and you can refinance when the rates are lower, right? So that's the conversation you want to have with them. The next Fed meeting is in 33 days, right? Over a month. You're not going to tell them to wait until the next Fed meeting, and if there's no rate cuts, then you got to wait another 6 weeks. Like that, you will never get any job done. We have to be proactive. We have to tell them how it is, right? So the rates, everyone, all our loan officers are following up on mortgagenewsdaily.com. I encourage our realtors to do the same, right? There's no harm in this. This is a public data that you can go to mortgagenewsdaily.com and look at the rates there, right? And this is what I was telling you about, that over a year ago, the rates were above 7%. And now we are hovering on the lower end, right? And should be your icebreaker when you're following up with your clients. Inventory is definitely on the higher end. Look at this compared to 2020, right? 2020, we had over 900,000 properties. And then in 2021, everything dropped. What's the reason for this? A lot of people refinanced at a lower interest rate, 3%, 2.99, 3.5, definitely on the lower end. And those clients or those sellers did not want to sell. Right now, the inventory is increasing. They do have to upsize or they have to downsize, right? As the family grow, they need more space. So even if they have a small house and at a low interest rate, they will sell, right? So as realtors, we have to tell them, that, hey, you're going to be selling this property, buying a new one. When you do buy the new one, you would end up refinancing down the line. Okay. Next is the systems. You're paying for this, right? You're paying so much money for MLS on one key, your, LIBOR fees, right? Why are you paying for that? It's for these services. One is your matrix to set up alerts for your clients, so the system can email them, the system can text them new listings. It's like once you set it, then you can really just follow up on it, right? It's not set it and forget it, because you need to pay attention to the inventory. So you have to know, hey, my clients, I'm servicing Long Island, Elmont, Valley Stream, and Franklin Square. Those are my three top targets. I need to know everything that's going on in that market. If you're servicing Brooklyn or Queens or Bronx, you really want to follow up on that inventory, right? That is going to be your icebreaker. Hey, there's a new property available in that area. Let me see which client on my list is actually looking for those type of properties, right? And it's super easy. You're going on one key, you're in Matrix there, and you're hitting search. And I just want to give you an example. If I'm looking for 600 to $800,000 property, right, and I want 3+ bedrooms. I'm clicking on map here, and I want to draw. So I want to use the draw polygon, and I want to see Elmont, Valley Stream, Franklin Square. I'll probably go up to Garden City and see what's available up to that, right? And I want to see the results, and obviously you'll see 85 results there. You want to save it for your client, click on save and new auto email, right? Everyone should be setting this up for their clients, right? Everybody should be setting up their own alerts like I did on my end right here. I'm looking at all the inventory, that's what's going on, what type of activity that's happening in Nassau County, in Queens County. I'm looking at commercial land properties, right? Commercial sold properties, possible flips. How many times you have a client that's looking for a flip? So if I want to look at flips from my last time reading until now, there are 7 new properties, right? If I click on it, it will give me exactly those 7 properties. I'm looking at the first one. This is on Sutphen Boulevard, listed for $400,000. Maybe I have a client for this, right? I'm looking at the second one. This is in Hampton Beach for $400,000 as well. The next one, 485, right? And you understand that once you set this up, you can really follow up on that particular criteria within minutes. And that's what you want. You have more knowledge of the inventory, you're bringing more value to your client, right? And second is your transaction desk. Everything should be e-signed, right? Everybody's very should be very comfortable with it. But I still get calls from time to time, hey, which agreement I have to get signed and all that. This is our second year into this now, right? With the new forms and all that. You want to make sure you know your buyer's agreement, right? You have to tell your buyer, I'm not working for free, right? I need to get paid X amount. Whatever that amount is, I'm gonna make sure that I put in the offer, right? If the seller is willing to pay me that amount, great. If not, then I'm gonna take half of that. Okay? If they're paying me half, then you owe me the remaining balance there. Okay? So let's say, for example, it's not set in stone, but let's say you want to charge your client 2%, and the seller is only offering you 1%, right? How do you know that they're actually offering 1%? You have to put it in the offer. It's been 2 years now, so on MLS, we don't see any commission there. We don't see how much they're offering, right? Those are the rules because of the big lawsuit. Now we have to take some action. We have the new forms, right? So I want to show you that new form here. We have your offer sheet here, right? And the offer sheet is very straightforward. It literally tells you, hey, what is the price that you guys willing to pay, right? What is the purchase price? Then it tells you on letter C here, seller's payment to buyer's broker from proceeds. Whatever that percentage equivalent to in dollar amount, put that in here. And now if the listing agent calls you back and say, hey, we can get this offer accepted, but you need to decrease your amount here, then you need to have a conversation with your buyer. Hey, they're only offering me 1%. Now you owe me the other half. Okay? As long as they understand that part. But anytime you're asking for commission, you have to bring value. Today's video is just telling you guys, hey man, we have to bring value. We're not here for commission, right? So we have realtor tools. Anytime you're putting in an offer, you should be doing comps and showing that to your client. Hey, I did 3 different reports. I have RPR, I have geodata, I have matrix comps, right? I have 3 different reports. If you want to ask our mortgage side, right, LJ mortgage team, just send us the address and maybe we can give you a PDF file that's maybe 10 pages and it gives you all the details that you would want, right? So if you have 3 to 4 different sources indicating that, hey, this is the price that you should be putting, then your buyer understands that, hey, you're doing the research. You're not just saying, hey, let's put an offer for $1 million or 1.5 or $800,000. You're not just throwing numbers out, you're showing data, right? How many times, that client asks you, hey, does this property have any violations, right? Does any open permits, any violations? Um, you know, what are the property taxes? You have all these tools. Everything's included on realtortools.com, right? So guys, I want to end this video with this, that we want everybody to follow up, right? Break the ice. You know, if you need new leads, purchase them through Zillow. But before you purchase them, you need to follow up the old leads that you have. If the person says, hey, I already bought a house, congratulate them, right? Hey man, you made a good move. Even if it was not with me, it's perfectly fine, right? But don't be afraid of the phone. Don't be afraid of calling, texting your clients. You are a licensed realtor, right? We want to encourage everybody. I don't care if you're a newcomer, if you've been in the business for 20 years, right? Everybody needs to follow up. Everybody starts at zero at every year, right? We see top agents go on the bottom of the list and bottom agents go on top of the list every year. It just depends on who's following up, right? And just remember, as a broker, the reason I decided not to close any deals for the last 5 years is because I want to be supportive of you guys, right? I'm here for you guys to ask me any questions regarding real estate, ask me how we're going to grow, and how we're going to follow up if it's needed, right? Come to the office anytime you guys want. But we really want to encourage everybody to take some action, guys. If you need any help, please get in touch.